Hello everybody and welcome back to Victoria, where we are currently out of gold reserves at this point, and we need to hop into our military buildings and bump these down. We know approximately what it's going to cost to run that, and we know that we can't do that for this exact moment. So we're going to tick on forward here. We're losing our power rank. Yeah, whatever. We know that that's going to be a thing. It's fine. I don't care about that. So we're bumping up our population. Oh, wow. That's a big spike there. Is that mass migration? That was where? Uruguay? No. Okay. Santa Fe. I must have missed one at some point. That's huge. But this isn't a migration target. Where is this migrating from? I know that I saw somewhere that you can see where they're migrating from. Was that in here? It doesn't actually say right now. I know I saw that somewhere. Here, migration, this tooltip. So it has a good migration attraction. These are definitely coming in from externally. Okay, I like it. There's not a mass migration target here. They're just coming in. Cool. So how long on our malice for that volcanic... 17 months. Once that goes away, things get a lot better for us. So that's good. We just don't want to dip into paying interest here, if we can help it. We're slightly negative on our finances at this moment. I think that's okay. That should recover over time, especially as we get these oil rigs finished up. The railways will be a bit of a net drain on our resources for the moment. Italy is protective towards us. Now, I had noticed before I started this that France is protective and Great Britain is also protective of us. Spain is cooperative. Most of these guys are disinterested. Russia's cooperative. So, I mean, that's really good. That's really, really good. We're very happy about that. Basically, everybody who's anybody likes us. That's amazing. We're very, very happy about that one. And largely the reason that they like us, I think, is because we can project a lot of power, right? I think that's that, and internally, we're very popular now as well. That righteous government of 100 is huge. We could enact public schools. Do we want to do that? It has good support. Let's do it. Let's get that going. Looks good. I'd love to bring up our literacy. We're already at 62.8. That's improved tremendously. And look at that population skyrocket. I don't think there's a mass migration target for us here. I think people are just moving in. Probably because our standard of living is number 2 worldwide. That probably has something to do with it. So that's absolutely great. And the fact that we've got all of these loyalists, our people are very, very happy. And our GDP just keeps going up. So this is great. This is absolutely... As we look at our economy continue to grow here, we are not building up our investment pool. So I don't think the time is here to expand our construction. But we are going to finish up our railways here shortly. Right now, in fact. So that's beautiful. And we're at 13K. We know that we need like 40-ish to get our military as online as we'd like it to be. Our current military wages are low. Okay, noted. We would definitely like to bring our government wages at least up to even. But that will be expensive. So that's something to work on. Campaign financing, huh? I don't think we want to finance any party here. The Social Democratic Party has negative momentum. The National Civic Union has positive momentum. That's the intelligentsia? Okay, both of these are currently in power right now. We're not going to give them money. There we go. We're definitely not going to pay for that. So the public schools are going to be enacted, I think, before the election happens. That would be great. It didn't actually go in there. That's sad, but I guess it's okay. So minus 35% agriculture and ranch throughput. Or just 14% enactment success chance. You know what? This is good enough. It's good enough. So we're going to have this election happen. Do we lose our 100% legitimacy after this election? It's a possibility. We should maybe even say it's a probability. Russia's now interested in the Andes, apparently. Okay. So here comes the election. 2 days. 1 day, 0 days. The National Civic Union won with 51.8% of the vote. The Social Democrat Party has 48.1%. Which is just these two. Having them both in our government here, we're still at a 100 righteous government. I love it. So this is fine. This is completely and totally fine. I would like to bump up our education investment here once that passes, but that'll... So this is looking good. We're up to 7.3 million populace. Number 28 worldwide there. For our GDP, we're number 10 worldwide. Our GDP per capita has dropped down to 3 worldwide. I'm guessing that's because we have such a high immigrant number. And they're not necessarily going into jobs right away. Yeah, our peasant number is actually increasing right now. So that's probably what's going on there with our GDP per capita. We're definitely working on getting these jobs available. So that'll be good. Electricity, oil, and telephones are all considered expensive. That's to be... And I'd like to look at expanding our investment pool eventually. But we can definitely think about bumping up our military budget again. So we can hop over here and bump down to skirmish infantry. And we can go down to shrapnel artillery. We can't, I don't think, go to bicycle messengers at this time. But eventually we'll be able to. Cool. So public schools is surely going to pass this time, right? Right? Yeah, there we go. Fantastic. So that's good. We definitely can't move up our institution yet. Maybe we need to let a tick go by and update that? Indeed not. Okay. Well, at least that does increase education access. So that's fine. A diplomatic tour, huh? 10% influence? Sure, why not? We've got a lot of influence right now. We're currently, in terms of prestige, we're a major power, number 12 in the world. We are going to lose our power ranking unless we bump up our prestige again. But that's fine. For the moment, I think this is okay. I don't really care about our power ranking, in all honesty, because we know our power ranking is higher because we are deliberately tanking our power rating. We know that it's higher than it's actually saying here. We are a subject of Great Britain, limiting us to a maximum score position of number 7 in the world. But that's fine. We only joined Great Britain to have access to their market, which has been a great... And if we choose, I believe that we can end this at basically any time. Yeah. I mean, that'll deteriorate relations. We definitely want to have our relations higher before we did it, but that's okay. I don't mind it. I don't mind it. So up to 18.5k, which of course means that we can drop down to bicycle messengers. Can we afford field hospitals? Not quite. But we're getting there. We're getting very, very close here. 7.52 million. Look at that population grow. Like, keep in mind, this was our mass migration that almost destroyed the country. That's insane. Absolutely insane. It just looks like a little blip at this point. And that wasn't that long ago. Like, that was like 10 years ago. Bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. So we're continuing to work on our production here and putting these people to work. We're sitting on normal taxes, just medium taxes. We do want to get to the point where we're running ideally medium government wages and probably very high military wages is going to be the goal. So we need to develop our economy a little bit further. That's for sure. I also do want to attack Peru, Bolivia. That's for sure. No doubt about that one. Checking to see if there's any expensive military goods right now. There's automobiles. We don't produce automobiles. Keep in mind. We don't have the technology for that right now. And apparently we're losing money in our motor. Primarily due to the price of oil and electricity. Okay. Do we have an electricity input goods shortage? Well, no. But we should take a look at this right now. So, consumption of 185 is our current electricity consumption. We know that we produce electricity here, and we produce a total of 242. Let's just go ahead and expand this by 1 and see what that does to the price of electricity. That'll take 30 weeks. That's fine. That won't significantly delay the rest of our constructions. So that's all looking good. We're going to break 100 million GDP here quite soon. Like, look at the rate at which that GDP is growing. That's insane. And we're growing this quickly without a mass migration. Cool. That's in Venezuela. Okay. Our radicalism is continuing to tick down. Our loyalism is continuing to tick up. And we're still chilling at 100 legitimacy, correct? Correct. Beautiful. No institutions to be worked on at this time. We would like to make our way down here and here. Otherwise, this is probably fine. Excellent. Things are looking very good for us. Very good indeed. So how much was it for the opium again? That was 16.9k. Sure, we're actually pretty close to that. By the time this power plant finishes up, I do expect us to be there, actually. Probably before then. Realistically, we can probably do it now and run this small deficit for a little while. It may increase a little bit as the price of opium goes up. But we're going to be finishing up a bunch of these things soon enough. Spain is improving relations with us. That's good. And again, keep in mind, our prestige is deliberately sacked. If we go into here, we can see minus 20% prestige. Absolutely huge. But our army power projection is now 880. Out of curiosity. Oh, revolutionary Great Britain. Okay, that's exciting. Well, Great Britain is having issues. They're not a good one to look at right now. France. They have a power projection of 1543, so they're like twice as powerful as us. Russia, 2070. They are about 2.5 times as powerful as us. But I mean, we're Argentina, right? Like, these powers back here, their main advantage over us is they have a huge population boon, right? Like, when you compare our power level, okay, that's really powerful. But when we compare our power level and our population, like our power level per capita, right? Our power level is doing very well. We're no match for people like Germany or Russia or anything like that, but we don't expect to be as Argentina. Electric arc process has now been unlocked, giving us a new production method for our steel mills. So that's definitely something that we want. That's going to use more electricity and more iron, but produce more steel. So we're probably actually going to want to get a second power plant upgrade here. Cool. We're very, very slightly... Okay, now we're positive. I was going to say we're very slightly negative, but now we're positive in our finances. That's looking good. Brazil wishes us to change to their customs union. No. That's not... Absolutely not. Also, keep in mind our investment pool is building up because we do not pull out of our investment pool for building these power plants. So we're going to be actually very positive once we're no longer building these power plants. Like, exceptionally positive. That's fantastic. Multilateral alliances has been unlocked. Cool. And our literacy continues to climb. This is looking fantastic. We're in a really, really good position here now. But we need to attack Peru, Bolivia fairly soon. Their army power projection is 783. So they're up there, right? There's no doubt about that. We probably want to increase our number of barracks somewhat. Maybe to like 120. So we would build, say, 5 here, 5 here, 5 here, and then an additional 5 in Buenos Aires, like that. Okay, so we'll get another 20 building in. That'll be... And those are queued up on the bottom right now. That's okay. We've got 30 weeks in this construction queue. That's not too bad. Our furniture manufacturing will be done in 2 weeks. And look at this gain at this point. And that's even with not pulling out of the investment pool fully. This is amazing. So we're going to want to bump up our military budget basically now-ish. I think now. So we bump our military budget up, and that instantly puts us at 1320. And now, all of a sudden, these guys want an alliance. We decline. Cool. Our military power is going to get even higher. Even higher. But for the moment, we are still working on our economy here. So note now that we just dipped heavily negative. And the reason for that is the price of artillery, I believe. Maybe not artillery. But this is noted. This is definitely noted. Ontario has declared Russia to be their rival. Well, I wish them luck. So, this is definitely an issue. That's for sure. Looks like we can't quite afford to sit at this level of military wages. So that's the thing. Okay. It's mostly due to the price of goods, though. So once we get all of this construction finished up, we're going to be able to put more into our various goods. France is now improving relations with us. Cool. And this coal mine will finish up, the sulfur mines here, the textile mills. What would we be without construction? Well, we're currently pulling entirely from our investment pool. That's a major problem at this moment. Definitely those goods for military buildings. We are going to improve this somewhat, but is it going to be there in time? The answer is no. Almost certainly no. So we're very likely going to have to turn down our military wages again. At the very least, down to medium. That would be the bare minimum. But we're definitely improving our outlook, or we were until that tick happened. Exciting. But yeah, let's go ahead and work on all this. We're working on these barracks. Once those are done, we can work on rebalancing all of that. So that'll be fine. We definitely want to increase the size of our military here. 2 weeks until this sulfur mine is done. And yeah, we definitely need to cut our military budget. No doubt about that one. Yes, we are going to lose a power. Okay. So, looking at this, It's definitely these goods for government buildings. Or rather, for military buildings. That's what it is. So, oil rush subsidies, yep, no frontier lasts forever. That's expected. And we're going to tear through constructing these barracks, but there's a munitions plant. That's the kind of thing we want to see right now. Beautiful. I'm not surprised that this cost has ticked up so much, and in fact, we do need to hop in here. So the reason that this happens, of course, is because it takes time, right? It takes time for these buildings' costs to increase to where they are. And we're growing our investment pool right now because we are not spending investment pool money on these barracks. That's understood. We'll be negative for a little bit here. Oh, hang on. What happened to our GDP here? Is that just from turning off our military buildings? It might be. That's a big swing, though. Okay. Noted. It looks like our pop growth has leveled off a little bit, but that's fine. Radicalism is starting to tick up, and loyalism is starting to tick down. Did we lose our legitimacy? No, we didn't. So this is just standard of living losses. Fast. Due to our GDP ticking downward. Okay, what's causing the GDP loss here? Well, for one thing, we're now at plus 45.5k. So we're going to pay down this debt for a little bit here. I'm watching our GDP loss here. I'm not currently clear on what's causing this. Some of it is going to be the fact that we dropped our resources here, right? Some of it will be that. So we'll bring this back up and see how much that recovers it. If any. Okay, it is entering recovery. Somewhat. Our GDP is increasing at this point. So that's good. That's good to see. We are working on a number of constructions over here. And this is dipping negative at this moment. I think we can't spend from the investment pool on the farms here, if I recall correctly. So that's fine. That's fine. Building all of this should go quite quickly. Are we okay with running this deficit for a little while? That's a question we have to ask. Indeed. That is a question that we must ask. I think the answer is yes. Our economy feels reasonably healthy at this point, assuming that we're in GDP recovery. But that was quite a crash. We didn't lose population, though, so that's the key portion there. That is absolutely the key portion. Some of the standard of living going down is going to be from cutting the military wages. There's no doubt about that. Yeah, we're definitely recovering this, so it's looking good. It's looking very good. We'll be done with this farm, or these farms, in a couple of weeks here. Yeah, this looks fine. I'm not too concerned about this. Oil has been discovered in Corrientes. Okay, we definitely want to work on building our oil rig there. Plural. 3 oil rigs to be built there. Cool. Encourage this trend. Oil is the future. Beautiful. So we've got an oil rush going on. And that's great. The combustion engine has now been unlocked. That gives us a lot of new production methods. Let's hop over into our buildings here and take a look at those. So our motor industries here, we should go on to automobile production. We're going to need that. Automobiles, last time I checked, are expensive. That's apparently not the case right now. Okay. Do we go to public motor carriages here? Honestly, I feel like we do. Okay, cool. Hopefully that'll be fine. Do we also go to, like, covered markets? Potentially. We'll keep an eye on that. That's probably going to drive the price of glass and steel through the roof. Maybe not right now. We'll just do that for the moment. Okay, now everything up here, there should be a few additional production methods. Logging camps can go down to chainsaws. I like it. Oil rigs can go to combustion engine derricks. Consider it done. What else do we need? These can go to motorized reconnaissance. But for the... Well, actually, we could do that right now. Okay, that'll do. Is that it? I thought that there would be more. And I think that we should probably immediately start working on expanding this motor industry at least once. Because we're probably going to have an input goods shortage here. Electricity input goods shortage? Okay, we should deal with these shortages. So, there's a silk input goods shortage. We don't have the ability to do silk importation, right? But we can... Can we build a synthetics plant at this point? We can. And we should. We will build this in Cordoba, I think. Just a level 1. And then we need ammunition. I think we had a munitions plant queued up, right? Yeah, we do. Okay, engines, so motor industries. Rubber, unfortunately, there's no additional rubber that we can get. That only comes from rubber plantations, correct? Correct. Okay. Electricity. How much of an input goods shortage do we have here? Actually, quite a lot. We need like 1,200, call it. That's a whole lot. Okay, can we bump up our production method for our for our power plants? Not yet. Okay. So each one of these produces 100. So we need like 12 levels here. That's a lot. Okay. We're going to want to spread these out somewhat, I think. So we'll put a power plant like on top. Actually, let's put all of the power plants here on top for now. I want to go down here. There we go. So we'll put all of the power plants on top for now. And then we will start moving these oil rigs up and the motor industries. Those are very important. Then anything that has progress in it already. Okay. And then we'll do a power plant here and then a power plant again. Like every 2 is, I think, the way that we'll do this. I want to spread these out because they are going to absolutely eat our lunch while we're building them. They're very expensive. So we're going to bring this logging camp up and then this logging camp up. We're going to need to bring a bunch of these up. Okay. It's going to be kind of awkward, but there we go. And then 2 over here. So we'll bring this up to here, and then we'll bring the chemical plant up, and then we'll bring these up. Kind of like that. Now we're going to be pretty negative here while we build this. But that is because we're building a lot of power plants. This motor industry will get done eventually. Cool. We're going to be running a deficit for a bit here. We should definitely grab ourselves a tech and oil turbines. Oil-fired plants for power plants would be really good. So we'll grab that. But yeah, all of these power plants are going to run us a deficit for a while. And they take a while to build. But we want to get some of these other things underway. Cool. So we'll get that all cleaned up and hopefully get some of these input goods shortages taken care of. Now, we do have some low market access as well. And that's high priority. So we will construct railways in these locations. However, we're going to bump the power plants up to be kind of like this. It's going to be a little awkward, but it's going to take us a decent amount of time to get all this done. And that means that we're going to be running pretty negative financially for a bit. But this will eventually turn around. Okay. Like I said, pretty negative for a bit here. Our GDP taking that hit is definitely painful. We have a transportation input goods shortage right now. That's actually a good thing. That is a good thing. Can we kill our subsidies on our railways with that? No. No, we cannot. Okay. Well, that's reasonably fine. It is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to work our way through this insanely expensive queue. And hopefully not bankrupt ourselves in the process. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including Casserole, ALS Gamer, Kentuin, James, Shadowwolf, Mlohan80, Kentogan, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Unisil, Kadra, Rogue Corvid, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.